The Sports Ball Stuff podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulpery Media presents Sports Ball Stuff with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the major sports stories that intrigue us and the little stories that enrage us.
We're doing sports, and
How about them Saints?
look, Koufax went 25-5 that season
That's all right.
in 63. 25-5.
They probably had like 24 complete games, too. Yeah.
Jesus. God, I miss pitchers like that. Okay, so the Saints are garbage. The Katrina year was bad.
Well, yeah, this is the worst start since Katrina year, since 06, I think, yeah.
Correct. But then I'm going back, and I don't remember, because before that it was like Aaron Brooks, but we were still like making the playoffs and winning a playoff game.
I think we're in like Archie Manning territory at this point.
Yeah, because the 80s had the Dome Patrol, and like we were bad, but we got fucked because the playoffs were like tiny. It was like 4 teams made it, and we had to play the 49ers twice a year.
Yeah.
Like, it sucked dicks.
Yeah, you had to face Joe Montana.
I hate Jerry Rice in their prime.
Yeah.
You think Mahomes or Brady was good? Go back and watch those fucking
Well, I was
teams.
going to say, yeah, you had, and then who, like Roger Craig was on that team.
Who was the tight end?
Oh, who had the catch?
Yeah. Then you had like Ronnie Lott out there,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Missing fingers and shit. Like, those teams were fucking
And
so good.
Mike Singletary.
Yeah. No, he was in Chicago.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Did you get out of it? Nope.
So,
There's 3. Sorry, I'm watching the fucking Yankees implode.
But
Yeah, I just fucking cocksuck. I'm gonna be mad. So now the Saints are fucking garbage. At least the Yankees are in the World Series losing. First time they're gonna.
For now.
First and only time will be swept. 1963. Look at this goddamn fucking. So
Stay on point.
The Saints actually had everybody back this week, sans Derek Carr, right?
Well, and Adebo, who's out for the rest of the year, and 1 or 2 other guys. But yeah, I mean, like,
for
prime,
the most part.
yeah.
And in the first quarter, we were great. Like, had a block punt for a safety, a little.
I mean, defense is good, but the defense is out there way too long. I mean, any team like that, if your defense is on the field the majority of the game.
Yeah, because our offense can't do anything.
Right.
Like,
that's the problem.
Put it this way. Kamara, this game, had his longest run of the season at like 23 yards. Think about that. And like the first 2 games, he had like 200 all-purpose yards.
Yeah.
Offensive line was back for the most part. Taysom Hill was back. I don't know what more we have to do. Like, is it motivation? Our penalties are mind-blowing. And they're always in the worst possible time.
Well, that's why I think now, more so than at any other point this year, but kind of harkening back to last year, which was now they're kind of... Well, so everybody's putting it on Dennis Allen, which is fair. And I think that's... like I said, you're the head coach. You're the head coach, and your team is not on both sides of the ball, not playing up to par.
No, they're not doing anything right.
And but I
mean, the defense. He's a defensive coach. The defense is good, and it's always going to be.
Well, that's his
decent.
out, right? Is that he goes like, look, like I manage the team. I'm directly involved in the defense. The defense, for all intents and purposes, is fine. Like, but and then offense is Kubiak's. But at this point, though, too, but My thing is,
I think this goes beyond offense and defense at this point.
I think well, and that was going to be my point. Is that this also too? I think goes beyond even the head coach, and that Mickey Loomis has lost his magic in that, like,
he's lost the plot. He's been
you have
he's been scooping water
Right,
out of the
yeah.
Titanic with a fucking sand bucket.
And I get it that the Saints don't have an endless well of money, but at the same time, like,
I mean, at this point, we've got to cut our losses, but I think we're paying so much money in, like, what do they call it?
Deferred,
dead cap space. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Are we changing pitchers already?
probably.
The top of the third, you can eat. I want if anybody goes and hurts Aaron Boone in like a not obvious way. Make it look like a. Now we're getting Kirk Gibson. Yes, Mickey Loomis is to blame. Now, Sean Payton has a lot to do with that too.
Sure, yeah.
Because they worked hand in hand and they had that roster built, but everybody knew that when Drew Brees left, Sean Payton was gone. Sean Payton's ego kept him around a couple of years because he wanted to prove that he can win without Drew Brees. Everybody fucking knows that.
Yeah.
Now he's in Denver and he's kind of doing his thing. Denver
Right,
looks
but you
pretty
have-
good, but he left.
But Loomis's talent was getting that first string set. Like,
You can't do that until
they haven't built any depth.
You
Right,
can't
yeah.
do that
Because you're
today.
going to get injured.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how big of a helmet they're wearing or what padding they put on it.
No. We're also an aging team. Like, we have a lot of young. Like, our offensive line is getting a little younger. We have a young wide receiver core. Our cornerbacks are young. If they're healthy, Marshawn Lattimore might be time to cash in on him.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid got playing time this week. You saw
Correct,
that. He's
yeah,
getting
yeah,
a lot of playing
yeah.
time now. Our linebacker core, you got DeMario in there. Pete Warner's good. Like, we're getting old.
Warner's still young, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Did
but
I
yeah.
say he's getting old? I said DeMario's
No,
getting old.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
no, DeMario is old.
so
DeMario
is
is.
Swords Cam,
Yeah.
but we've got Chase Young and other guys on
But
the
DeMario's
defense.
playing out of his mind.
So,
So, you can't fault him on that.
but
But
again,
yeah, it's a dying
none
line.
of that are excuses for the injuries that we have. That's just part of football. But you should be able to plug in a competent
Right.
backup.
Yeah.
And if you can't, then your system's a failure.
Correct. Yeah.
Because
And that's
you're too
front office.
and you're too reliant on this particular group of 12 guys, 11 guys plus a couple others. You're too reliant on that. You built your system around them
Yeah.
as opposed to what the Patriots did with Tom Brady. It was like Tom Brady and the system.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Well, and I mean, and I'm not meaning to do this to like shit on the Saints, but
I am.
well, no, I'm just saying it's like when I first moved here
I am.
and I saw the way that Saints fans talked about it. And again, granted, now I am a Saints fan. I dumped, and thankfully so, I dumped the Titans. But
We welcomed you with open arms.
yeah. No, I mean it was
That's how we roll.
yeah. But everybody was talking about like the mindset wasn't drafting, it was trading
Yes.
or picking up in free agency.
Correct.
And you're going like NFL, like the good teams don't function like that.
No, trades are becoming
More common, yeah.
thank you. That's more common, more
Yeah.
prevalent in recent history.
But you
before
still
it wasn't.
need to-
Before
you
it
need
was
to
like
draft
you
and develop
draft, you
players.
develop them. Nobody was getting fucking traded, and there weren't a whole lot of free agents out there to pick from.
Right.
It's just the way it was.
Because usually, like, if a guy was that good, you put a franchise tag on him. and
There's
then-
no way back
and
in
then
the
you'd end
day
up
that you were
signing him.
picking up a
Yeah.
quarterback that had won a Super Bowl in Joe Flacco. You're not picking him up off the couch back in the day.
No.
That
Or-
didn't happen.
Or look at the Browns.
I'm getting there. Okay, that I'm trying to get to this point.
Which also pains me that.
Yeah, me
But
too.
anyway, but yeah.
And I love that man too.
Yeah, no, he's fucking
we
fantastic.
should have. Okay,
He's, a,
hindsight's 20.
he's our Lenny.
He is.
just self-destructive as a motherfucker.
Jameis Winston is
Man.
awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I had him back. I wish we never traded for Derek Carr. I wish we kept Jameis Winston and drafted a quarterback. Oh, thank Christ. Drafted a quarterback and then gone from there.
Sure, yeah.
Like, okay, take another 7 and 9, whatever the number of games.
Get your mid picks. Get your mid picks.
Right.
Yeah.
And get a quarterback. Yeah. Whether it's moving up in the draft to get a quarterback. And then, ride Jameis for a couple of years.
Well, I mean, in this
we
day
are
and
not
age,
in win now mode.
In this day and age, all you do is wait 2 or 3 years, and then there's going to be like a huge class of quarterbacks. Yeah. I mean,
Exactly. Like there is every 2 or 3 years there is one of those classes where you get 4 or 5 quarterbacks in it.
If not more now.
The Josh Allen draft was like that, right? That?
Well, again,
who's the kid? Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen.
College football is becoming quarterback heavy anyway. So
yeah, it is, and because more teams are running like that spread based West Coast offense, right?
So
everybody runs the same playbook. Are we finally changing? Fucking Christ, this sucks so bad. It hurts my fucking soul deeply. I root for more teams that lose in championships, series, or games than win.
Yeah.
The Saints are the only team batting 1,000, and they are not getting anywhere close for a very long time.
Well, so that's where I think now's the time where we see, like, is Gail Benson that kind of an owner?
No.
Or not? And
nope.
I don't think so. I think
when Gail's going to be that kind of owner, when people stop showing up like they have, or leave early, and you've got Kamara and Derek Carr and Cam Jordan like openly acknowledging the fans leaving,
right?
Then it might get to, like someone's going to be like, okay, you got to step in and do something.
Yeah, because I think at this stage, because
you know what,
in essence, you're looking at they have the same front office as they did back in 2006.
So let's see yes, exactly. Since Katrina, we've had the exact same.
You might need to bring in new blood into the GM position.
And they've tried to bring in guys who are like, advisors to the GM. No. We need to do what the Texans did and basically blow it up.
Clean
house, start over. They drafted a quarterback. 3 years now, they've been building through the draft.
Yeah.
Obviously, they were able to get 14,312 picks for Deshaun, who no longer has a job because Jameis Winston's the GOAT.
Yeah.
And they've built a fucking team that competes now and is one of the top teams in the AFC. Like, yes, hard times. If I'm going to suck like this, at least I want light at the end of the tunnel. The Rangers, we've all been through. I went through the rebuild of Rangers in the Stanley Cup Finals to nothing to now.
I watched
Preds
the Predators
are doing the
go
same
from,
thing.
Yeah. Well, but I watched the Predators from being like everybody's like this but being a backwater expansion team.
Now, President's Trophy, you were there.
Yeah.
Now you rebuilt, and now look where you're at.
Well,
start of the season.
Coming back. Yeah.
Again.
No, we rattled off 3 wins. We're good.
Perfect. That's all you need.
There.
Brand new season.
We'll get there in the last segment.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Are we as bad as the Jets? Is the question.
No.
Okay. Thank Christ. Good. And we're about to find out how bad we really are because we're playing the Panthers this weekend, right?
Yeah. But that one that shouldn't be as bad. But I just want to say, Cleveland, enjoy it. Jameis Winston is a once. I don't want to say a once in a, but I mean he's
a once in a generation player, but even
person,
and God damn it,
funny as shit.
If his interviews aren't
the best,
they need to be locked away for prosperity.
I'm assuming you saw his after, making Lamar Jackson. The following segment has been brought to you by the Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. The Sports Ball Podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion.
Marketing by Brock Ryder. Graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion. Music by the Heisenberg Compensators.